What is up, guys? It's Airstable here, and promise you all a tutorial for when I hit 100 likes on the Era 100K Teamtage trailer. So here it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my workflow, my render settings, everything basically that I use, and just because I don't know, I don't really feel like doing a regular tutorial with effects since the effects I use you can all figure out, but I'll be showing you a couple things. Alright, so for basically all the edits I have done, all of these on my channel, I've used the same exact workflow for just about all of them, and it seems to work. So start by, I'll just sure, I'll use these clips. Let's see. I just import my clips, start off, and then alright, let's go. And then what I usually do is I start a new composition before I actually put the clips on, just so I can make sure I have good settings. I keep it on 29.97 just because it's on YouTube it's going to be like that. So make sure everything's correct, 1280 by 720, and I keep it around for the duration 5 minutes. I don't know how long actually my edit's going to be, so create it. Then I add first clip, and then I add an adjustment layer. Adjustment layers are always your friend when you're in the editor because it just helps you with everything. I add my looks, I add my exposure, which is what I use my flashes for. I add my transform, if I can spell it right, which is screen pumps, and I add my twitch, and I'm just going to make up a couple settings because I don't really feel like actually making mine. And by the way, you can buy all my settings on my channel, so I'll just keep that there, open it up. I'll try picking color correction, just a simple one. And here comes the dreaded not responding. Come on, please. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? First time it actually works. And we'll just pick a random color correction. Let's go with this one. I like this color correction. And so we use that. Here's all this, open it all up. My exposure settings, I usually use around 1 for flash, by the way, for all of you. Just because I don't really like it too much, but I like a decent. Transform, for all of you, transform is very kind of picky effect, just because you want to make sure that you aren't like making it too fast. And also, by the way, when I'm actually editing and when I'm pre-rendering, I keep my color correction off just because my computer cannot actually pre-render that fast. But you don't want a really quick screen pump like this. Hold on. See if this pre-renders well. Just like something really quick and high that I see a lot of times. This really does not keep your flow as consistent. If you have it extended out, kind of maybe a smaller one, maybe like around 1.7. Let's try this. See how it looks. Yeah, it looks good. But just having like a really short one really hurts your flow. And then here's my Twitch. And I add effects then later on. And the best way for all of you, if you are looking for original effects, is to like mix them together, like optics compensation. Do that. Put that along with a, let's see, let's look at some effects we got on this. Let's try this. Turbulent displace. See how this looks. Alright, I'm going to try this. I've never actually, I might have used this maybe one time, but I don't remember at all. Alright, so that down to 0. Optics compensation down to 0. Extend it out. Put that down to 0. That, and we'll try putting the size down, so it's going to look something like that. Maybe we'll increase the optics compensation. Yeah, let's keep around 75. Alright, so we got that. And let's try and get a shot around there. Alright, so pretty close to it. And zoom in and everything. Make sure it's all close. Alright. Now let's see how this looks. It looks okay. I don't know, I'd mess around with it a lot more than I am going to actually. But just like mixing effects helps so much with just like making new ones, and it just lets you actually be able to do stuff. Alright, so for my gunshots, then I always mute the actual audio of the clip, as you can see, and then I add my own gunshots, because I don't know, the reaction and everything going on with the song, I'm not a fan of it, because I like to actually be able to hear the song more than all that. And I hate loud gunshots, so I'm sorry for you Mac users. I don't know why, but for Macs it seems that they're like their audio, like their bass is increased more, so you can't always hear my gunshots, even though they definitely are there if you're listening on regular Windows. But here we go. Here's my gunshots. I open up my waveform, make sure it's all correct, and for my intervention it is. So then I usually turn it down around -10. I don't know, it depends on how loud the actual song is. And so it depends. Sometimes you can time stretch stuff, sometimes you don't want to, but it depends on the edit for me. Now, I keep everything organized so I can make sure I know where I'm going and I know what I'm going to get it at. If I don't know where I'm going to get it at, then I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, and also for a song, when you have your song, make sure you actually open your music in your waveform. Just see, I'll just open this old song. I remember this song. I put my song all the way at the bottom, by the way. I don't know why, it's just how I started it. And for syncing, you all should know how to sync, but just going over stuff, you want to try hitting at the beat somewhere, and you place a marker there. If you can't exactly tell where it is, pre-render, and then try to listen for it and try to crack down, and then pre-render wherever you think is the closest. If it's actually like the beat actually hits there, then I'll move the marker over there, and that's where you want a gunshot or a or a screen pump or a certain effect that you might want just to add a little bit of something to it. So then I have this, and now I'm going to do my render settings. I have my looks, and I add another adjustment layer then with my RSMB settings, which I'm not going to actually, you guys can, if you really want that, you can get it. And then I also, for this, I have a special wiggle settings for my own that I made. I use them, and I also zoom it in. I add another transform onto this same wiggle settings adjustment layer, and I zoom in by 105 just so I can make sure, like, if any of my shakes are a little odd, then, you know, I don't see the side of the screen. I hate seeing the side of the screen. And I go to my download packs, I have my editing pack, I have, from way back when, I have the old black bars, and you can actually make these by, like, solid adjustment layer, and just a certain transition. I don't know. I just always use these just because it's really easy for me. I zoom this into 215 because, I don't know, mine's a little weird with its settings, so I put it 215 so they're not too big. Never try and make your black bars too big so that, like, it does not show off a lot of the edit. Like, don't make them too small so that it's like you can't even see them. And you can barely see those. But yeah. So we got that. So I'm going to go into my render settings. I have all of this. You can also, if you don't want to add your RSMB, oh crap, I just opened Vegas. Oh man, this is going to be bad. I haven't opened that in years. Alright, so you can pre-compose all this if you want to add your RSMB later on. So you just hit that, make sure move all attributes into new composition. Here. You also can, I don't know why I don't have that, but you can add open new composition so you can keep all this work right here, and then you got this, so then you can add your RSMB or whatever the heck you want onto this. And also it gives it less of a chance of failing. And if you for some reason like to pre-render with all your stuff, always add a solid layer. Make sure it's black and add it to the bottom, because then your RSMB will not fail at all. Alright, so I'm just going to close this one. I'm going to use this as my render. I'm going to cut the clip, cut it, there we go, to how far or how long I want it. And I'll just keep it right around 12 seconds. Not actually going to render it since there's absolutely no point, but then you go into composition. You all know this. Render quo, best settings, all of this should be fine. I keep my frame rate at 29.97 just because YouTube has it 29.97 as well. So I prefer in After Effects it's gonna render a better 29.97 then it's going to change on YouTube. So click OK. I go to QuickTime. Always turn your audio output on. If you don't, then what the heck is the point of that? Format settings. All of this should be the normal stuff. Format settings. I put on H.264 just because it makes a faster render. It's better quality. It's not perfect quality like everyone. Like Arrow Weiss has amazing quality, but I can't do that with my computer because mine just won't upload to YouTube that fast. But I use H.264. You can do some tests with stuff if you want. This will take me a low amount of time to render. Quality 100. Everything else I don't have clicked. Okay. And then where the heck you want to output it to? Tutorial. Click there. And then I would click render. And I would render out. Alright, I want to thank you guys for 100 likes on that and all the support I've gotten from you. It really means a lot, and it's been about, I think, year and like month and a half, 2 months that I've been editing, and like it's just been amazing how far I've gotten. And I want to thank you all for supporting me and following me wherever I've gone. It really means a lot. And for all of you that are having trouble getting into a clan, it really is not that big a deal if you're in a clan. You just want to find a place where you're having fun and you really don't care if you're being extremely judged, and just having fun. This is what this is all about. Like, Arrow is probably one of the best clans I've been in a long time because I have so much fun and I love all the people in it. The leaders are all really great and they actually respect us, and it's nice being able to be respected by like players and everything. And it's just, see some people that don't respect editors or like graphic designers at all. It's just kind of depressing. I mean, like, they don't actually understand what we all have to do. I put this together in a couple minutes just because I actually didn't edit this. An actual edit can take me like a week to actually do because I want to put out the best stuff I can. I want to make Air the best clan I can. So I take my time and I try to get everything done that I can to make it as good as I can. And I don't know. I just feel bad for the people that aren't being respected even though they should be. But yeah, thank you guys, and that's my workflow and my tutorial.